This is what 30s was supposed to look like. This is what it actually looks like. Hi, I'm Twinkle and today I turned 30. It feels like I should have achieved something by now. The 20-year-old me had a plan: Porsche, Europe, alone, partying somewhere in the night. That was the dream. But nothing went as per the plan. Does that mean that everything went bad? Well, not really. I think things changed. I changed. The definition of success and self, it changed for me completely. And the question that has been sitting with me all along is, have I actually achieved anything that I wanted to? Well, not really, and that's a strange thing to admit on your birthday. But here's what happened instead: I got married. My 20-year-old self would have never thought that we would see this day because she had her own doubts about marriage. And on the top of that, I became a stay at home wife. Who would have guessed? But thanks to COVID for making work from home a new normal. So now I'm a wife, I live with my in laws, and I work from home, which means the chances of me meeting someone new, someone who doesn't already know me, are slim. Once in a month, kinda slim. But when I do meet someone, I have to introduce myself. And usually, my introduction is limited to: Hi, I'm Twinkle. I'm a marketing consultant and a writer who freelances with global clients. Now, when that conversation goes into relationships, I tell them that I'm married and I move on. That's it. That's all I am. Or is it? Maybe I'm having an existential crisis. The realization of moving to another decade of my life is genuinely freaking me out. It is making me think, evaluate, quantify, feel everything that I have been through in the last decade. And guys, that has not been easy. But I think this crisis has a point, and I want you to think about it. The person who introduces themselves as, Hi, I'm a venture capitalist, I invest in startups, seem more important than someone who is probably volunteering at an elderly home full time. I think we genuinely have a messed up system as a society because both people are serving their role in the society. But then why are we fed that one person's role is more important than the other? Maybe because we are all taught that our identity lives in the output. It lives in the title that society has given us, it lives in the designation, it lives in the roles that we play and what we contribute to this capitalism. But Nobody actually ever taught us how to introduce our human self. And that is shit. So this year, as I was turning 30, I remembered something. There was a trend on the internet that went like, tell us who you are without any label. Don't tell us about your job, your family role, what you are studying. Just describe who you are. And when I researched more about it, I found that it is called the human first identity. When you shift your focus from what you are, aka roles, titles, categories, to how you exist in the world. And I thought, let's do this. But trust me, guys, it was harder than I expected. I sat with it. I took a notebook, a coffee, and I sat with it for more times than you can think. And then I realized the problem. I did not know where to start. Like, how the fuck do I start describing myself as a human? Tell me, how do you describe yourself when I ask you how you exist in the world? It's a difficult question to answer, right? And I was blank because every time I tried to describe myself without the labels, I kept reaching for them. I'm a consultant? No. I'm a wife? No. I'm a writer? No. It's like when you take these labels away, there is this blank feeling. There's this silence. And my head started hurting so badly because silence is uncomfortable. Like, what the hell? I cannot even describe the type of human I am. And I was so mad that we have always been taught to fill every introduction with what we do. And nobody taught us what to say when you take that away. But I tortured myself. I was like, this can't be it. I don't care how long it takes, but I will find a way to describe myself as a human. So I sat with the silence longer and longer and longer. And slowly things started surfacing. I understood that you are most human when no one's paying attention to you. So the first defining factor for me as a human is what I do when no one's watching. And I found out that I follow my curiosities. Psychology, philosophy, human mind, people's blog. That's what I'm always reaching for. My curiosity of understanding why people are the way they are. And I was in Bangkok when I was working on the script, so it helped me notice something else. Rain, piano music, the smell of coffee brewing. These small, almost embarrassing things brings me the most joy in life. I cannot explain how happy my heart gets watching the rain pouring down when I have a cup of coffee in my hand and a good book and maybe a good company. And then I had this crazy idea. I wanted to know how people in my life see me as a human. So I asked them. They said I am the safe harbor, the intellectual one, the one who protects the peace. And that told me That's how I relate to people, through what I hold for them. Then, for knowing yourself completely as a human, one should know their core values, right? So, I made a list as a reminder to myself about what I appreciate and what I stand for: resilience, discipline, integrity, honesty, loyalty, empathy, balance, open mindedness, wisdom, responsibility, and passion. And finally, as I did this exercise, I forced myself to list 10 things about me that makes me human. All of them without my job title, without my family role, or without anything that I'm contributing towards this economy. And here's what I found out about how I exist as a human in this world. I am a person who follows her curiosities, values her core principles, and appreciates the little joys of life. I laugh too loudly. I have disturbed people around me more than I can count. I walk into a room and can pretty accurately describe how each person in it is feeling without talking to a single one of them. I have always been able to do this. I still don't fully understand why it happens. I have a resting face that makes people think I have too much attitude and I'm completely unapproachable. But it takes one conversation to decide whether they love me or hate me, and there's genuinely no in between. Trust me. I follow my intuition like it's Holy Gita. I believe that every answer we need is already inside us. We just need to pay attention to it, and I'm practicing my attention. I feel like a failure when I'm not reading. Like something is slightly off, up to a point that I feel like I've let myself down. I believe that one truly good person in your life is enough to make your life worth living. That one person could be anyone. And then everything above that is a bonus. A lucky, beautiful bonus. I'm deeply, completely passionate about making women understand that they can be both brainy and a baddie at the same time. And the fact that this even feels like a choice to most women, that's the problem I want to spend my life solving. I am intense with everything I do. I have a dark academia aesthetic, and there is no half-assing in my dictionary. And even though I find myself genuinely weird sometimes, a little too much, a little too intense, and a little too everything, I'm quietly, genuinely, effectively, emotionally, and everyly proud of who I have become and how far I have come. This is who I am, and this is what I want to keep becoming. I strive to be the person people can rely on. I do not care if you are not calling me when you're happy and thriving, but to be someone's emergency contact, that gives me motive. That is a version of myself that is important and actually matters to me. I want to show up inspiring people. I want to be someone that every 20-year-old can look up to and be like, that's who I want to be in my 30s. I want to show up as someone who freely lives her life and loves it unapologetically. So guys, now you know the brainy baddie most human way to introduce yourself. Try it for yourself. Tell me in the comments how you exist in this world. And yeah, happy 30th birthday to me.